solo versus group hiking and camping. You might be wondering, should I do all that alone? Should I go with a group? Is there much of a difference? And that's what this video is about. So I'm all for solo camping and solo hiking, but going in a group is also a lot of fun. So it really depends on who is at your disposal. If you can't find anyone to go with you, then obviously you're going to have to go alone. But if you have, say, some friends or family members that want to go with you, obviously you can take advantage of that and go camping, go hiking, all that. Now, in terms of the difference between these two, I mean, there are some minor differences, but overall the experience is going to be generally the same. So for solo hiking, I would say, and camping, I would say it's a little bit more, you have to be more alert because you're the only one there, obviously. So you have to be more alert about your surroundings, where you're going, letting people know where you are, especially if you're doing multi-day through hikes. You know, you want to be safe because there's not going to be anyone else there to rely on to help you, especially if you get injured, maybe you get attacked by a bear if you're really unlucky. You know, these sort of little things that can make going solo a little bit difficult. Because, you know, again, you're not going to have anyone there to rely on. You have to do everything yourself, and you really don't want to get lost either. So going solo is definitely a little bit more risky because you do have to be really on top of things, really alert, keep up with everything, and that sort of thing. Now, group hiking, especially in large groups, there's obviously less concern about you know, these sort of things because you're going to have plenty of people to rely on. Maybe one person's in charge of preparing the food, one person is in charge of carrying the water, you know, this or that. So there's more functionality, more reliability, and that sort of thing. And, you know, if someone gets injured, other people can come and help. Or, you know, if there's something with the food, you can always share food, share water. So this is very beneficial. And obviously you have the company of other outdoors people, which can always be enjoyable. Downside is, especially if you're going in a group of people you don't know that well, or your friends, whatever, some people are going to be faster hikers than others. If you're a very fast hiker, you don't want to be, you know, kind of lagged behind by slower hikers. It could be frustrating, especially after, you know, many hours or many days of that. So it's just these kind of little frustrations that you have to look out for. Nothing too substantial in terms of downsides with group hiking. You won't have exactly the peace of nature around you when you have a big group with you, obviously, compared to when you're solo camping and hiking, when you really have all of nature to yourself. But, you know, it's just these little details you have to look out for. And it also depends on exactly what you're looking for. Obviously, if you want company when you're out in the wilderness, you want to go for a group. And if you just want some solitude, some peace and quiet as you go hiking, then obviously going solo is the right option for you. But pretty much as long as you consider these different factors, these pros and cons, you really shouldn't have too much trouble deciding kind of what kind of camping and hiking you want to do. And of course you can always do both at different times, so you can kind of get the experience both times. But that is pretty much all I have to say for this topic of solo and group hiking and camping. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, of course leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so don't forget about those.